When you're hella irritated because things are not going your way, when you feel that no one's doing their part, when you feel like everybody's just like against you, when you're not getting the results you want fast enough, when you feel like even though it's so obvious that you've made progress, it's not good enough because you're frustrated, because you're pissed, because you're just irritated. Is a couple things I realized. The main one, you're doing something, you're moving, you're making progress, which is why you feel like that. You've been doing the difficult stuff, which is why you're irritated. There's two ways to be irritated. Irritated because you're being a whiny victim mindset, and another one because you're tired of going uphill, which can change into a victim mindset if you don't know and embrace it and say like, yes, okay, this is a test, I'm feeling good. Most of the times when we're tested, old school mindset kicks in, we become the victim. Why does this always happen to me? All those things. I'm frustrated because nobody's doing their stuff. To you, you're being a victim. Nothing's working. You want instant gratification. You want it to go faster. You're the victim. Everybody's pissing me off. They're pissing you off. You're the victim. Nothing's going my way. There again, you're the victim. It's the old school mindset of being a victim. When you're frustrated because you're tired, when you're irritated because you're cutting back the food, when you're doing 3, 4, 5 workouts a day just to keep your vibe high, and you're just like, oh my gosh, is this even working? That's the frustration, that's the irritability, that's the of just instant tests right away, where the universe is testing you like, are you even ready for this? And if you deny the instant gratification and right away start using your discipline and say, yeah, no, I'm not. This is all happening for me. These are tests to see, are you ready to go to the next step? It could be on your week 1 that you feel this way. I'm going to eat less. By the end of the day, you're feeling something. By the next day, right away, you're like, well, okay, damn, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. There's a test. I'm so hungry. You're turning into the victim. You're hungry. You're like, oh no, I'm gonna fix that. I don't want to be the victim no more. I want to side with discipline. I want to gain that discipline muscle so I could earn confidence. This isn't hunger. New programming. This is the feeling of losing weight. It's a mind shift. There's so much of it that's just the mind shift, just the way you see things. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. You got to change it. None of this stuff I came up with. This stuff's just been out since forever. Just repackaging it and resharing it in a different way. A different person. A different time of existence. When you're upset, don't be the victim. It's just a test. It's a test to see if you're ready to move on to the next step. You're going up these steps. You're improving. You're becoming your higher self. In order to get higher, you need to go up the steps. Universe will block you and say, are you ready? Let me test you. There's no sense in you going to the next level if you're not ready. All the stuff that you've been going through, all the small adversity that didn't faze you this time. Okay, time to turn up the problems. Time to turn up the adversity. Time to turn up the bullshit. Let's see if you're going to bitch and whine now, or you're going to move up. You don't. You catch it and you're like, nope, life happens for me, not to me. There's something to learn here. Be thankful about something in the situation. I'm glad I'm here. Just as simple as that. I'm glad I woke up today. I'm glad I'm dealing with this right now. I'm glad the old me isn't here. I'm glad I decided to make the change yesterday to start working on today. Or glad I made the change 6 months ago and I'm this far. 9 months into it, the issues don't stop. I'm not very far along. That I discovered that last little piece that I needed. There was always something that blocked me. And that last little piece is, I was always a victim. I self-victimized every single time. Which is why I had no confidence, no discipline. Once I switched that victim mindset, everything started appearing to be different. Everything was different. So I've been looking for improvement to change my life for 20-ish years. But till 9 months ago, till that last little piece came in, discipline, to get rid of the victim mindset. That's the biggest shift I've ever done. I've done more in 9 months than I've done in 20-something years in regards to improving myself, to becoming better, to becoming the version of me that I would admire. And I would never really understand that the problems get harder as you improve. But I'll try to explain it in my tone, in my voice, in my screen. The problems get harder. But I wouldn't be able to handle these problems at all. The problems that I'm having today, the issues, the frustrations, the compressions, the bullshits that I'm having today, 10 months ago, me would have just been a whiner, a complainer. Oh, this is typical. This always happens to me. Stuff never works. Oh, well, let's try something different. Oh, everybody gets me so pissed off. Walk around like I'm Mr. Angry Bird. Like I'm supposed to get respect just because I'm angry. You switch it today, same issues are happening, even more intense. Why? Because I'm being tested. And now I know that just life happens for me. Does it still press my buttons? It's supposed to. It's supposed to, because it's like, hey, test time. These are real tests. These are tests that matter. If you're in pursuit of becoming the version of you that you would admire, if you want to get to be your higher self, if you're living on purpose, these tests are going to continue to happen, and they get a little more. It's the same test, just harder. Because you already passed the 3 steps ago. If you're going up these steps, 3 steps ago, why am I going to give you that test? You already passed it. You're way past that. Let me make it a little bit more intense. See if I can make you crack, so I can keep you here. And by the way, if you don't pass that test, it's not like it disappears and like, okay, I don't have to take it. No, it's going to be given to you again and again and again and again. Because I don't get the same tests that I got step 1. 9 months ago test, I don't get those no more. Step number 3, month 3, whatever, if you want to see it that way, I don't get those. I passed those tests. I don't get those no more. But back then, it was the biggest thing. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Now it's like, oh, cool. This is the feeling of getting leaner. Feels good. Frustrations that would happen then, setbacks that would happen then, they still happen. They're just more intense. A lot more intense. Same with the hunger. Does it still get hungry? Yeah, but I quickly turn it into, this is just a sign of me losing weight. But I'm trying to get... I'll argue with myself a little bit, but it's less and less and less and less each time. The main thing is we feel like quitting. We feel like quitting on... in self-development, I said the 5 pillars of life. You feel like quitting on health. Man, forget this diet. I mean, whatever I want. I'm tired of this. I'm hungry. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. I got to go to work. I got a lot of stuff to do. I need this. And you need it because it makes you feel better, victim. Don't quit on that diet. Don't quit on the exercise. We're talking about health. You get mad off that. Don't quit on that positive mindset. Don't quit on being optimistic. Don't quit on knowing that life happens for you, not to you. Stick to it, even though you feel so frustrated. Don't quit on looking for new ways to increase your income. Don't quit on that business that you started to work on. That it's been always on the I should start it, and you finally do, and you don't see it moving fast enough. Don't be the victim and say it's not moving fast enough for me. It's not making enough. It's not making the money that I wanted, that it should be making by now. Again, it's me, I, my. Don't quit at that time of frustration. If you're having troubles building that discipline to earn that self-love and love, like, discipline is difficult. It's a muscle. It takes a while. You don't see somebody who's all ripped and cut up and say, oh yeah, he did that probably like in 6 hours? No, it takes a while to get lean and to build muscle. Same thing. Discipline is a muscle. It takes a little bit. Don't quit in that moment of frustration. Don't quit on that diet. Diet is the best way to build discipline. Self-mastery comes through what you ingest or what you eat. You really want to master self, control your food. Don't quit when it gets like, oh, but I'm so hungry. But you want to chase it because you just can't handle the day. You can't handle the setback. You can't handle the hate. You can't handle whatever it is that you're fighting. You can't handle the feeling of like, oh, I'm so hungry. You can't stick to the side and say, no, this is what discipline tastes like. This is what gaining discipline tastes like, so I can earn the discipline. This is what it is to lean up. At that moment of frustration where you can't handle that, don't quit. When you're trying to understand these rules that govern the earth, of what you get out, what you put in. You get what you put out, excuse me. But you see, it's like, man, I've just been putting out good thoughts, good energy, good vibes, but I still get all this back. This doesn't work. I'm gonna go back to my old ways. When you're frustrated, when you're pissed, when you're upset, when life does you dirty and you feel that you're gonna crack, or you do crack and you don't think that life happens, you're starting to think life happens to you, not for you. And you're ready to retaliate and create karmic debt by having ugly thoughts and ugly actions. Don't do it. Don't quit. Don't quit on strengthening your spirituality. And when you're trying to teach somebody who's asking you about this and you just stumble and you can't get it and it's confusing and don't quit. Don't quit at that moment of frustration where you can't explain what you're doing, what you're working on, what you discovered. If somebody asked you, it's like, hey, how do you stay positive? And you just stumble up and God, you can't put together the words or the explanations. At that moment of like, oh, I wish I knew how to explain this better. Don't quit. It's a test. It's a test. When you feel compressed, when you feel that you're getting smashed, when you feel that it's not working, when you feel that it's just like, all these things are going against me right now. It's a test. That's the best time to raise your vibration. That means that feeling that you're getting, remember, low thoughts, low feelings, low actions. Low thoughts, those are already low if you're already feeling that compression in your chest, if you're already feeling that hotness in your head, that like even the clamminess, the sweaty. Those are already feelings. So for sure, your thoughts are already low. You don't fix those feelings fast enough, here comes the low actions. You're going to go do that thing you do when shit doesn't go your way. You feel those thoughts, raise your vibe right away. You know what it is. Get the air squats going. Get the body weight squats. Get the push-ups against the table. Get the push-ups against the floor. If you got dumbbell, go get some curls. Go for a walk. Go for a jog. Go for a movement. Vacuum the pad if that's your thing. Sweep. Get some movement in and say, this is just to raise it. Be thankful about whatever's frustrating you. It's magical to find something to be thankful for within the situation. As simple as, I get to go up against this challenge. I'm so grateful that I'm still here and I get to go up against this challenge. And know that there's something to learn there. As simple as, I'm learning that this is a test and I'm going to elevate past this if I could not fail. And if you're already moving and having those thoughts, you're already passing the test because you're raising your vibration. It's the test whether you're going to side with desire and just throw in the towel and say, hey, forget this. This is dumb, this is stupid. All the actions of poor actions. Or you're going to side with discipline and say, I'm so thankful for being here. I know there's something to learn here. And I'm keeping my vibe high as this challenge goes through its course. Because it's going to go through its course. The beginning, its course, the end. If we could keep our vibe high during that course part, and then once it ends, that's victory. We won. You passed it. You'll gain the wisdom and you'll move on. You'll move on to greater things. And like I said before, there'll be more challenges later, but at least it's not going to be that same one that's been haunting you for a while. Don't quit. Don't quit when it gets hard. Okay, now the challenge happens. We're chill. We won. You gain the wisdom. Now go back and think, okay, do I need to make any adjustments? You ask your conscience, do I need to adjust my diet? Did I go too hard? Did I not listen to you and just cut back a little bit? I thought I knew best and I cut back a lot. and I'm not setting myself up for success? Am I going too hard with the workouts? Listen to your conscience. Your conscience is telling you, no, you're exactly where you need to be. Stick it there. Just don't trip. Stay where you're at. Or it could say, yeah, you know what? You did do too much. Bring it down a little bit. Pull it back. Oh, okay. Do a little bit more research. But don't do it because you feel like doing it. Ask your conscience. Same with work, same with business, whatever you're doing, your side hustle, your main hustle, your whatever thing you're doing to save money, make money, invest money. It's frustrating me a lot. Okay, do I need to adjust? Ask your conscience. Or was it just a test? The discipline with the food, the diet. You know, if you're doing that to raise your discipline ways, like I said, the key to self-mastery is through what we ingest, what you eat. That's just a perfect place to start to create discipline, to generate, to build discipline, so you can receive the gift of confidence. Okay, do I need to adjust? Listen to your conscience. Your conscience is telling you, maybe you went too hard on that. Spirituality. Like, okay, let me just, maybe you, instead of trying to memorize everything or understand everything, you take some notes. I don't know. Don't take that as the way to do it. Ask your conscience. Your conscience will tell you. Take it slow, step by step. Baby steps. The magic of baby steps. Do baby steps for 9 months and watch what happens. Generosity, being able to explain this. You know, like I said, take your time. And all 5 pillars. Don't quit when it gets frustrating. When it gets frustrating, when you're feeling compressed, when you're getting pushed down, that's the least of the moments that you should quit. Or even talk about quitting, or even verbalizing it. Nothing. Thinking about it, or even doing it, whatever, some silly action. It's a time to raise your vibration, raise your frequency, raise your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Stay on your purpose. Win the battle. Pass the test. Then, afterwards, ask your conscience if you need to make any adjustments. More times than not, it's going to be no, you're fine. Congratulations, you passed the test. You gained your wisdom. You're going to feel good. That sweat's going to turn into like a cold sweat. Your head's not going to feel hot no more. That pressure in your throat, that big old chunk of apple you felt stuck in your throat's going to go away. And you're going to have this glow, this giggle of, yes, I passed the test. I didn't trip. I gained the wisdom. On to the next one.